Okay, that should have done it. We should be good now.
Probably got to
Things are moving again.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Yay! It's
Okay.
back.
Archer says we're good.
Yes. All right. Good. Yeah. Today has been the least professional day of professional-ish pro-am D&D in a little while. All right. So the goblins are running. The goblins are screaming. And Metzi, you do not need a check to see if you wake up. Because you're a cat, and cats wake up at the drop of a hat, and also you're already outside, and all of this is happening around you. Moogs, I will need you to make a... I think I'm going to call that a Constitution? Yeah, Constitution check. Make it with advantage, though, because someone was shouting.
Oh, okay.
Got some serious dice rolling going on here.
What goblins?
Okay.
Did it?
Just roll.
Girlie's a heavy sleeper, man. She
Yep.
snores
Yeah, you're in
like
good
a
shape.
whippoorwill.
So Metzi, go ahead, roll initiative.
Okay.
You'll want to roll high. That would be high.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to touch my token first. I'm sorry, Zed.
No, you did yours fine. You showed up on the
Right.
tracker.
It
Must
works.
be because I just moved it.
Okay, so Metzi, you wake up and you get to take your action before Finn, who
Okay.
will... Finn just ends up, just because of circumstances, and because I don't feel like futzing with it, gets a 10-point bump to his initiative, so this makes some sense. So, Metzi, what would you like to do? There are a lot of goblins running past you.
The fuck? Because they're short. See what I did there?
I do.
Nicely done.
So you stand up, is what you're saying?
Yes, I stand up.
Okay, so that takes half your move.
Okay. I am looking around. I am very confused, but they all seem to be running past me, not towards me.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna take a step. Well, I'm gonna move to here, and I'm gonna try and grab that guy.
Okay.
Just,
And literally grab him, you say, yes?
Literally, just like grab him by like the back of whatever he's wearing. Please don't be wearing things. Just like lift him up.
He is in
What
fact
are you
wearing
wearing?
clothes.
Okay.
So give me
Grab him
a... Yeah, that's... So make a strength roll.
Okay. Oh, really? Had to be strength. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad for me.
And you win. So, yeah, you pick him up.
What? Why are you running?
By the way, as you pick him up, his little arms and legs are still pumping.
Why are you running?
We got killed! We got slaughtered! Oh my god, there's so many of them over there! By the way, fuck
Okay.
your mother!
But mothers.
Remember, they're
By
bad
what?
goblins.
Goblins.
Yeah, okay. Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Well, I have two. Who killed you? Who are you running from?
I don't know, they had hoods. They slaughtered us. There were hundreds of us.
And how many of them?
4.
Okay. Did you see anything about them? Were they speaking a language? Give me some information and I'll put you down.
He's panicking a little. And that's all you're going to get out of him in this round.
Okay.
So that is Metzi's turn. And Finn, what are you doing?
Can I hear the conversation between Metzi and this gobbo?
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so. Also, I'm moving the one that Metzi grabbed over there.
Okay. Oh, man. Moral dilemma.
They are your favorite enemy. They
Yeah.
are evil.
They are.
So, I mean, and if they're running from here to somewhere else, where will they end up? You don't know.
Well, that's exactly. I just can't see liking them to be left to live. So I'm going to drop a. Can I see this guy over the fire?
So,
That's the guy I'm
that
holding.
guy, yeah,
Oh,
that's his
okay.
holding.
I'll just fire at that guy right there.
Okay, give me an attack roll. Sweet. By the way, is it next level when you get another attack?
Yes.
I believe it's 5th. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely hit him. I don't think you can do a low enough amount of damage not to kill him.
Well, and I get a D6 because of Hunter's Mark. Well, I didn't strike him, but yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely dead. Okay, so that guy's dead. Alrighty.
I will. Let's see. I get 30. Are these squares 5 or 10?
5.
I'm going to stay put. I can see all the camp. I like where I am.
Okay. The goblins will now go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The teddy bear.
1, 2, 3, 4. This guy gets tangled up in Brick's tent. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy's getting a little smart and trying to get away from the bow guy. 1, 2,
The leg's still going.
3, 4. Okay. So that is the goblins' go. Actually, that's not their entire go. This guy is going to throw something at the fire. Let me see if he hits. It's a pretty low bar, but he is a goblin. You never know.
20.
Just barely manages to get it into the fire. Finn, your line of sight is currently blocked as one of the goblins got a little smart and threw a bottle of alchemist fire into the fire, and it just went real big.
Big fire.
Yep.
Did it make a big noise when it did that?
It does make a big noise, like a really big noise. So, one more time, moves. Why don't you give us another attempt to wake up?
Wow.
Pulls over.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really tough day of walking. Like, it's been a while since you've had to march that much.
Can we hear her snoring through all of this?
We have a car.
Responsibility is tiring, guys.
It is.
Yes, you can hear the snoring. Actually, you know what? Make that one with advantage because the noise level is increasing.
Why do I
Sounds
get
of
the feeling
battle.
Why do I get the feeling that, like, Brenly is also just asleep and, like, she rolls over and just puts, like, a pillow on her head, just like,
Oh, Brenly's 100% asleep. Brenly went to sleep in her armor and is wearing her helmet, and so doesn't hear shit.
You all have comments?
No. I
Um,
don't have any armor.
so Glory is awake, and so is Brick now. So let me add Brick to the thing. And Glory, if you could roll initiative, please. Alrighty. So hang on one sec. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So we're gonna continue going in proper order. So Metzi, holding your goblin.
Holding my goblin. If you give me information, I will let you go. If you don't, I will hurt you.
Okay, look.
Give me something useful.
There were 4 guys in hoods and black robes. They were huge. They shot fire out of their hands and eyes, and they made us die in huge numbers. They killed our captain, and they were really scary. Can I go?
One more question. How did it start?
They came from the sky.
Okay, you can go.
Ah! Glory.
Lori, now awake, and because we're out and about, she's been sleeping in her chainmail. She's learned since last time.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
You can do it a couple of nights in a row without getting exhaustion.
She's gonna move right out there, be like, "What's going on?" Sees all the goblins running, like, "Oh, huh, all right." And then weapon brandished,
Okay.
because she assumes that whatever's chasing them is coming through here next,
Okay.
and that's it.
Finn.
Is this my hunter's mark fellow right here?
Your hunter's mark fellow died. Do you move it? Sorry, no.
It died?
Yeah.
You said you shot it.
No, I shot a different one.
Oh, never mind.
I'm not seeing your little.
Yeah, it's not coming up. I don't know why.
So let me ask: are you attempting to hit this guy?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, man.
I'm perfectly fine saying that whichever one you're shooting at is the one that has your hunter's mark. Again, you're gonna kill them if you hit them.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll attack.
I know why it was, because I had the ruler function on. I'm going to move.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell in Goblin. Are they chasing you?
I'm
Are
trying
the
to...
big bad hoodie guys chasing you in Goblin?
Okay, so you are speaking their language, but I'm going to ask you, since they are... you don't really currently have their attention, so I would allow for persuasion or intimidate or persuasion or intimidate would work to try to get their attention to actually answer you.
Okay.
Now, I was just going to say, and I'm glad I was going to, make the intimidation check again with advantage, because you are speaking their language, and you have just killed 3 of them. Or 2 of them. Okay. They don't give a shit.
Okay. So I'm going to fire at this guy, who happens to have my hunter's mark on him.
Okay. So that guy is... It is hard to see that guy. He is currently tangled up in Brick's tent. But you can give it a shot. There's a flailing thing in there.
I'll just fire at that guy.
Which guy?
There. I don't want to hit Brick.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Well, at least the
God.
attack rolls are good.
Okay, hang on. How far off? What did you actually... Oh, that's a 17. Okay.
Short bow.
Roll
Very long bow.
damage. Roll damage. It will matter this time. Okay. Not quite enough.
I get an... that's not
there you
my
go.
quarry, though. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
9.
if your damage was high enough, I was going to say that you got 2 and 1. But
Yeah.
instead, you just erased that one from the earth. Okay, so that is Finn, Goblin Murderer Extraordinaire. The Goblins, significantly fewer of them now. This one beats feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy is 1, 2, 3, 4. Haha! Home free, this guy. This guy over in the corner is safe. He made it to base. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy is still all tangled in the tent. So that is the goblins. Brick! So you all hear Brick wake up. And he sounds upset and more than a little confused. And what you see happen is he stands up in his tent, which means that his tent stands up with him, and he just... And now he has a sack
baby in a
of...
ghost costume.
Well,
It's a
yes,
giant baby in a
it's
ghost costume.
he pulls it off of him and now has a goblin in a sack, effectively.
Yeah.
And he ties off the tent and drops his tent on the ground. And then he sits down cross-legged and waits.
Okay.
Metzi.
Metzi is going to shout to Finn, because he seems the most awake. The goblins are not a priority. Keep watch where they came from.
Will do. Can I hear anything coming behind them at all, DM?
No. What do your elf eyes see? Give me a perception check.
God damn it.
While that's happening, Metzi is going to go free the goblin from the tent cage and just let him scamper.
Leave that goblin there in case I need to kill him. Trust me.
No!
I've marked him. I need him to stay there.
I'm not keeping him so we can kill him for no reason.
No, there's a reason. I have him marked, and if he flees, I will lose my mark. I may wish to put the mark on another creature.
I'm going to need a compelling reason.
Please. I'm begging you.
Very
When have I
compelling.
ever asked you for anything, right? So that's compelling.
Make a
Well,
silly reason, please.
I guess you were polite, but we're not killing him just so you can get a mark back. But I don't let him out.
Okay.
But I'm standing next to it, and no one's just gonna kill the fucking thing for no reason.
For what it's worth, when you moved to potentially free it, the brick actually kind of looked at you and went, "Ah!"
No, not gonna hurt the thing, Brick. It's okay. Just
Mine.
stay here.
Toy.
We'll talk. No.
Dolly.
Sentient things are no. Sentient things are not toys. Okay?
Brick.
We'll get you a real dolly. One
Brick
that doesn't
looks-
have a mind of its own.
Brick looks mildly upset and just starts picking up grass. Or not grass, picking at weeds in the dirt and moving dust around. Glory.
Do I see any maybe coming yet? Or may I check?
Do you see what?
Can I check to see what is changing yet? Or is the fire blocking my way?
You would need to move out of the way of the fire. It is close, it is dying down again. It's going back to what it was before. But even just a regular-sized campfire is enough to screw your vision past it.
So I moved make it right there instead.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I got
Okay,
a 16 on mine, by the way.
I see that. I will tell you the result of yours when it is your turn. I forgot that it wasn't your turn.
Excellent.
Glory, you see darkness. You see night. Except for the fact that the castle in the distance is on fire.
That's a big detail.
No
Okay.
one checked until now.
You think it would come in? It's not one of those
You mean
things
like
that you
there's a
have to
signal fire
No,
on top?
and so let me justify this. Let me explain. You guys woke up to an assload of goblins assaulting your camp. For all you knew, that was your priority. How often do you look off at the horizon in the middle of combat? I
All
can
the
tell
time.
you, it wouldn't be very often.
Like 7 foot tall. If I'm looking at where the goblins are running, I'm gonna see a horizon.
I understand what
That's
you're
just
saying,
how
but
eyes work.
that is how eyes work, but that's not how focus works.
Yeah. But it's on fire. Like I can. If there's a fire 100 miles away, you can see it if it's on the horizon.
At no point
It's a
did you
fire
say
at night.
at all, I check past them. You
Okay.
were dealing with a guy who was right up close. They were running around your legs, nipping at your ankles. Brick did a thing. You had a conversation with Finn.
Yeah, to be fair.
You were interrogating and
ask.
bantering, to be fair.
I didn't ask. I'm not quibbling over game mechanics. I'm just saying if there's a fucking fire in the distance, you see it whether you're looking or not.
And if it were a super big deal, I would let you know. But the fact of the matter is, it's like several miles away. It's not the easiest thing to spot. You do have to be looking at that thing and know that there shouldn't be a fire there.
Okay.
Which at the time you just hadn't gotten to yet. Finn.
Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I apologize. Glory.
So I would see the castle on fire, right? Like, again, is it like, here's the castle. Is there a little signal fire, or is like the entire thing on fire?
That you did not score high enough to be able to determine. You know that there is fire where previously there was not.
And I will use thaumaturgy to yell out to those who are still sleeping, "Hey, wake up!"
Okay. No one needs to roll anymore. Everyone else will wake up. Because thaumaturgy literally says that you can make the ground shake with your voice.
Cool.
Yeah, Gloria just slams her maul into the ground like, wake up.
Okay. And I just then, because I got sidetracked, I skipped past Finn. Finn, it is your turn.
Okay, what did I see with my perception check? I was looking to see if anything was in pursuit of these goblins.
All the parapets are on fire.
I'll be damned, the castle's burning. That goblin was telling the truth. Something is crushing these gobbos. But there's nothing entering our camp from the direction...
No, there is not. You can see past them. You can see off in the distance a few other scattered little clumps of goblins running away in other directions. But that's it. And nothing is coming towards you, and nothing seems more threatening than some loose and frightened goblins.
Okay. I think what I will do is I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and position myself right there with bow drawn, arrow knocked, facing out, using my night vision, looking to see if anything approaches camp.
Okay. Done and done. Do you remove your hunter's mark?
I can't. I'm reading a spell, and the only way I see that it can be moved is if the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, and it has an up to 1 hour duration.
No. It's concentration. So at any time you can choose to remove concentration.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I could just
call
the spell down.
Yeah, you just stop thinking about it.
No, I'm going to leave it on there.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so it is the goblin's turn now, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, this guy gets away, 1, 2, 3, 4, this guy's almost away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, this guy wishes he could get away, he wriggles in his sack tent, and then... At this point, we will add Leech and Brenly, although I'm not going to give either of them initiative counts because I don't think it's really going to matter. But they are awake and they have moved outside of their tents and can see generally what's going on now. So that is the goblins. It is Brick's turn. So let me ask you guys: are we still in combat?
No. There's no one left to fight.
Okay. Then in that case, yeah. So we no longer care about turn order. Brick, he looks at the pouch. He picks it up. He shakes it a little. The goblin inside the goblin inside of it goes. Finn.
Brick.
Let him go, Brick.
Down.
Thank you.
We'll find you a no toy, my friend.
And he unwraps it, and he opens it, and then he picks the goblin up by its sides, and he like chucks it a couple of feet to give it a head start. The goblin falls on its face, picks itself up, and scuttles away.
Thank you, Brick.
I'll drop my spell.
Okay.
Very good, Rick. Next time, don't throw him, please.
But
It's next.
okay.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
We'll see about getting you a doll, a proper one.
I'm gonna, if I may, move probably off the map. Yeah, out here into the dark and just watch what's going on. I really don't think I want any piece of what's going on at the keep, but I want to be alert until my campmates decide what we want to do. And I'm just going to yell back, I'm going to go watch the perimeter from where these goblins came, so we're not surprised again.
Okay. What time is it right now?
It's been 7 hours.
Okay, so sun's starting to peak up a little bit, maybe by now, or?
Yeah, you can see like the very beginnings of dawn.
Is there any activity at the keep other than the fire? The goblins are running. Is there any battle, whooping and hollering, anything? Of course, the distance is probably too far to hear things. But
Yeah, you can't hear anything from this distance. Give me another perception check though. Ooh, okay.
Nice.
So what you know, or what you can see rather, is that some of the parts that are on fire, while yes, most of the fire is the standard like orange red color of normal fire.
yeah,
There are also some patches of green, like a deep, almost lime green, turning to forest green at the base, and the sections of castle that are affected by that flame seem to be sagging.
okay. I'm going to return to camp and report what I've seen to Brinley Brinley, Glory, and Mitzi. It appears they're beset by some magical fire, and wherever the magical fire is burning the keep, it seems to be caving in more quickly than the rest of the fire. So something with what the goblin told us is definitely happening out there.
So someone's done our job for us, basically.
Yes, apparently.
Oh, good.
Okay.
It appears someone has beat us to the punch.
So we go home. Sounds good.
No.
I think we're going to need to investigate the keep to see what's happening and who has done this.
I knew
Remember, we're
you
looking
would
for
say that.
signs of the bidding of the Wraith, the works of the evil Wraith.
Do we think four hooded people who drop from the sky and have flames coming from their eyes sounds somewhere in the region of Wraithy?
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say yes, it does. But perhaps we're not the only ones interested in this Wraith.
Well, either way, get another 1 or 2 days away from this castle. And if by the time we get there it's ruins, then it's ruins and we can just pick through or something.
Might be a good idea at least to investigate.
Off we go then. Are we gonna finish sleeping before we go?
No, it's been
or
7
we're just
hours,
gonna go?
so.
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys
What do
are
you
fine.
need to do?
I'm just gonna go climb into the car.
Alright,
Or retrieve arrows.
Lazy cat.
Lazy cat.
Lazy cat.
Ignore the molten map that it looks like you're on. Ignore the tavern it looks like you're in.
I didn't see the Molten map, actually.
You
I think.
see nothing. You hear nothing.
Yes.
You.
All right. So, you guys, we're
We
back
back up
on the overworld map.
Here's one.
There's 2.
3.
4 moves.
I've got one
right.
more day until George comes back. Let's do this.
This is fine.
Okay, so you guys are very close. You'll be there tomorrow. You'll be there like mid-afternoon tomorrow. You
Okay.
over the course of the day, you definitely saw running very much away from here a number of creatures, not just goblins, but also what looked like maybe some half orcs, a furbolg or two, or not a furbolg, a hobgoblin or two. You may even have seen an ogre. It was certainly something fairly large, but it was quite a ways away and moving at speed.
That's not a moon, a space station.
So, as it gets on towards night, monitoring the fire throughout the day, most of it has gone out. All of the orange flame is gone. There are still some spots where it is burning green, and those spots are nearly at ground height at this point.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Yeah. I would also accept a religion check.
I'll just be over here sharpening my arrow tips.
I have heard
Can
I have heard
I
of
make
spells
an Arcana
before,
check?
once or twice.
I know there is magic.
Can I make an Arcana
Yes,
check?
you may make an Arcana check.
I'll make a religion check.
Oh, well, I'm just still asleep in the back of the cart, so, quite naturally.
Shazam! Let's tell him what he's won, Bob.
Demons sometimes harness something called balefire. Boy, oh boy, is that stuff awful. It gets
Why does
all
that
over
sound familiar?
everything, and it just doesn't stop burning. It burns
Oh,
extremely hot.
Napalm!
Kinda. It burns
Or is it-
extremely hot. It is also almost impossible to create in this plane. Typically, the magical forces required just don't operate that way. You just can't burn something hotter than fire can get. But someone managed to summon a fair amount of it right here.
That's not scary.
Historically, and the reason why this works for you from a religion standpoint, is that you have heard of a few great battles between gods in which balefire was used to destroy whole towns and to weaken strong defenses, huge walls, things like that. Eldritch Marshmallow's rain would be perfect for this. You just have to be sure that you don't grow tentacles or extra eyeballs when you're done.
Why on earth would demons be interested in a keep? Perhaps our wraith friend has some competition for whatever it is he is after.
That does not sound like fun. Just like
Wait.
from the back of the cart, just like,
You little white bottle who knows the truth. And we'll get through it. Probably. Maybe.
That was
Hopefully.
almost optimistic.
Perhaps it might make... Well, we're still too far away. Thought we might investigate at night.
So,
I mean, we could.
if
but
you wanted to push on, you could, and you would. Yeah, you can push yourself for another like 8 hours or so without having to worry about exhaustion levels. But
we've done it before.
yeah, but after that, you will start dealing with exhaustion.
I mean, I'm riding in a cart, so I'm good with whatever y'all want to do. Whoever's driving is in charge of me. I'm just sat there.
What do you
like,
think? Should we go ahead and rest and have a look by light of day, or would you like to look at night?
Well,
We can
preferably
all see in the dark. Night seems a good idea.
one of us. Not
Sorry.
you.
Sorry, Brent.
Sorry, Brad.
It's okay, says Bren lifelessly, staring off into the middle distance.
Yeah, you know what, Brent? You can always hold my tail if we get lost in the dark.
That's okay.
See, you're saying that because she's not here. That's me.
Yes, I am!
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a joke. Moving on.
That's me. I love
She's gonna kill me.
it. A little bit.
So, what do you guys do?
I say we have a look under cover of darkness.
Yeah, sounds fine.
We could rest for tonight and very, very, very slowly approach tomorrow, wait it out, and then
We could just rest tomorrow and leave at twilight. How many hours are we? About 6 hours from the...
Not even. Like 2
Okay.
and some change.
Perhaps that is what we'll do. We'll rest, spend the day in camp, and then as sun sets tomorrow, we'll make our way in.
Yeah, sure, let's have a picnic.
Leech will actually join the conversation a little bit. So, I don't want to... I mean... If the idea is that searching the place at night is good for us because it makes us stealthier, I'm pretty sure demons can see in the dark.
That's a point.
one, they can see in the dark as good or better than we can, and two, everything is on fire. Fire gives off a lot of light.
And shadow.
That's true.
And plus, I'm not very stealthy anyway. Sorry.
Big.
Hey, let's just go then. Let's just crash tonight and let's go in the morning.
Okay.
All right. Now, a note from your friendly GM. Well, two notes, actually. One is this. Who wants to control Brenly's character while Brenly is not here?
Not it.
I can, yeah, I can give it a stab, or a
I'm not. Or a smash.
pound. Unless moves you want to, since you guys are close in style.
I can't be
She
that cute.
hits
I
things
don't
with her
have
sword all the time and uses hit dice for things. Not hit dice, superiority dice. I don't know how to fight her. I don't know how to fight her.
Well, and I understand that, and I will help to walk you through it and remind you of some things here and there. But I'm going to tell you I will be running too many things here in just a moment to be able to focus on Brenly as well.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
I got it.
All
Thank
right.
you, Wiley.
So,
I'm just going to
Hey,
have it
Wiley.
tank out and stay back. I don't want to put her in any danger.
Yeah, just make sure she's takes advantage of her protection fighting, and yeah.
Yeah, I will say she does work best as a frontline character. She's actually safer in the front than in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's thing one. Thing two. From this point forward, or at least certainly for this encounter in particular, death is a very real option for you. I do not want you to go into this thinking that you are guaranteed success. Success is possible. So is failure. I love you, and I want you to be...
Cutting out.
Yeah. I love you, and I want you to be happy, but I also am letting you know that depending on how you choose to handle this situation, there's a very real possibility of death. Okay?
We who are hopefully not about to die, salute you.
Yes. Please all raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I,
Hi,
insert your name.
Glory,
Findalar Elbane.
Agree that if my character dies,
agree
Agree.
that
Agree that if my character dies.
I will not curse Zed's name from now until the end of time.
I can't hear you.
I will not.
I will probably not curse Zed's name from now
What he said.
And that I will take it like a good sport.
Oh yeah,
and I'll take it like a champ.
Like a good sport.
absolutely.
And be
Good
fine
sport.
potentially making a new character.
And it'll be
I've
totally
Absolutely.
only got one rolled
okay,
up.
and we'll enjoy me. But I do love Glory.
Okay. All right.
I've already got like 3 rolled up. We're good.
Yes,
Oh yeah, I got a pile of stuff. We're cool.
Paranoia.
Okay. So,
I just like making characters. Shut up.
I'm really squishy.
the day passes just fine. Everything is cool. The air is hot and there is no wind, but it is dry, so everything just sort of hangs there. You can hear crackling and smell wood burning from the castle. You can also smell stone burning, which is an interesting and awful smell. And intermingled with that are also various like cooking meat smells, none of which are really all that awesome, and are like, when combined with the rest of the smells and also like what you can see in front of you, may put any of you off of barbecue for a little while. Leech spends the day in prayer, something that none of you have ever actually seen him do. But he finds himself a small spot like off to the side, and he sets out a little circle of rocks and things that he forged from around the area, and then he starts praying in... Do any of you speak Draconic? Okay. He starts praying in... Yeah, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
in fact, I'll just go join him. Like,
yeah. All right.
I'm just sitting
It's a
on
time
a
to
rock
pray.
watching
Yeah.
curiously, like,
So praying in Draconic to Tamora, who is a goddess of luck. Tamora is, by the way, not a dragon. You get the sense that for Leech, Draconic is like just a more formalized language, similar to, say, Latin. It's just the language he prays in. All right. So the morning passes, and how do you guys want to try to tackle this? What do you want to do? You don't have to get your new character sheets out yet, Wiley.
Just getting a folder for putting something away here.
There's, and I want to be clear, there's every possibility, and in fact probability, that you will come out of this fine. I did not design this intentionally to murder you.
No, I plan to.
But I just want to be certain that we all understand what's happening here.
It's D&D.
we do have a DM NPC that is a cleric, and I can heal as well.
Yes.
And you'll be in the back.
Yeah, Brenly's
I just
got
have
some
a
healing.
I just have a really healthy sense of self-preservation, so that'll
True.
work.
Says the warlock frontline fighter.
How often have I been in the front line?
No, recently not so much. Yeah, we got to get a few levels in you first.
Just to care to run forward. I mean, come on.
Okay.
I'm still thinking about Hank's parents, to be honest. That's all I'm thinking about. So I can't, like, what am I gonna do to you?
Okay, let me
Because
see.
it's going to motivate you.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what I'll do. Okay. I'm going to remove everyone but Leech and Bren from the... no, I can remove... Okay. So I'll keep Brick and Leech there, and I'll re-roll them. But the other ones, you'll all re-roll when it comes time. So, again, I asked, how do you want to start? Like, what do you want to do to try to even get in? There is a massive front door. There's a drawbridge, and the drawbridge is lowered.
Does walking in through the front door seem too obvious to anyone else?
I don't know what other way we would enter, honestly.
Or we could look for another way in. Before,
Excuse me.
Just a bit of dubstep for everyone.
before walking through the front door.
How far around is the moat? I presume is all the way around, but how far in distance is it to go around the peak?
So there is a moat, or what used to be a moat, perhaps. There is a trench dug out where a moat would be if it were not dried up and empty. And then there are instead laid in a bunch of pikes into the ground where the moat otherwise would be.
Which is far more efficient than a moat, just saying. anyone cares about castle warfare. That's
So-
far more efficient.
No way to really walk through there. They're in there that thick.
They're in pretty thick. You certainly could, like, if you wanted to be careful about it, you could get through there. This is the kind of thing that would repel, like, a group of soldiers in the heat of combat, but not
Right.
necessarily, like, someone who's careful and sneaky.
Wonder, rather than take the main entrance and declare our arrival, would it be wise to pick a spot, perhaps on the side, and come through the moat and up so that we can inspect the foundation? Perhaps there's another way in.
Yes.
Do we see any movement up on the charred remains of the parapets? Anything amidst the smoke and what's remaining still burning?
No, so all of the parapets are basically melted and slagged. They've turned
Man.
this castle into a single floor stone building.
Convenient.
Perhaps much easier to enter this way. All right, shall we?
It's to answer a question that was asked a little bit ago. It's not that far to walk around. I mean, so it is castle sized. I realize that it takes up a large space on the overland map,
All right.
but it's not actually that big.
Yeah, it's not to scale.
No,
It is scale, whatever.
It's more like a fort than a castle.
Right.
right.
That's how I was picturing, like a small keep.
Think like probably about like 2 mid-sized city blocks square.
Two, 300 yards on a side.
Yeah.
Thank you.
An IKEA.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
It's okay, Wiley. I've been dealing with the beginnings of a cold as well. I took some
Got
Dayquil
allergies.
before we started.
I'm now just picturing like an IKEA that would just like bombard.
Yes. Let's go down through the moat carefully and come up on the north side here, away from the direct sunlight. See what we can see.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and park the cart and the horses like a ways away from the moat, so we're not right next to it.
Right.
Hike our way there.
Are we leaving Brick with the cart then? Because he is not stealthy.
Neither am I.
I hate to not have him with us.
But he's going to have a much harder time walking between pikes because he's massive.
Yeah, what does that look like, Zed, as far as getting the ogre through the pikes?
So Brick will not be able to pick his way in between them.
Perhaps we could summon him once we reach the inside safely. We could call for him.
Like, Brick's method of getting through that way would be to snap all of them on his path.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
We
need
could
to-
just call him across the drawbridge when it's time.
Okay, so how do you explain that to him?
Rick, if you would please stay with the cart until you hear us call for you. We'll yell your name, and then you will come across the drawbridge. Will that be okay?
Brick gets out one shield, gets out his other shield. Yes, that will.
Very well,
That
my
will
good
be
man. I kind of pat his shoulder.
good.
Good job, Rick.
Just knock on the shield.
Don't come until we call for you. Guard the cart, and when you do enter, come across the drawbridge.
Okay.
Very well.
It's okay. He'll hear me for sure.
All right.
You
can
are
thaumaturge.
very loud.
Yeah, that was
And
impressive.
You're just very loud.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you guys are getting in there exactly how? You're going across the moat, and then you're going to walk around it and see what you can find?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll cross on the north side, assuming the sun is more in the west or the south. Or east, whatever time of day it is, but the north is usually the lee side of the sun, the moss side.
Yeah, I don't feel like changing the astrophysical properties of this world. That's fine.
I do know.
All right, off we go.
Okay. So you guys hop across, and you're walking around. It is fucking silent, by the way. You can hear
Like strangely silent.
everything. There are no bugs. There are no birds. There are no toads. There are no, like, small scratchy rodents, even. You hear no camp sounds. You hear no conversation, no horses, no anything. There are no noises here. Which, by the way, means that every time one of you guys, like, steps a little funny or trips over something briefly, it feels like it is exceptionally loud.
Like bowling pins.
Yeah.
It's nice and peaceful here.
Chainmail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glory just seems like an extravagantly
And
noisy
Bren.
being. Bren, yeah,
You wear chainmail too.
yeah. For all the quiet that Bren's mouth has been, her armor is doing all the talking right now.
We gave her a math problem.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so perception checks from you guys as you're walking around to see what you can see as far as how to get around.
Fuck.
Bren.
Bren not being present does not get one.
Oh, I rolled her.
Oh, did you?
Oh, the second roll was me rolling Brenly.
Okay.
My
Well
roll
then,
was 7.
no. Then never mind. That's honestly that's fine. I'm fine with that.
I'll let you know when I roll on her sheet because it's always going to come up under my name. I was thinking roll 20 would show it as her.
So it only
button.
does if you use the drop down at the bottom. In the Saturday game, I constantly
Oh,
forget.
I see.
And
I can
so,
do that. Okay.
So in future, you don't have to mess with the drop down thing. It's a humongous pain in the ass. If you just say this one is for me, this one is for Brenly, that works out just fine for me.
Great. We'll do
So as you guys are walking, Brenly will actually point and say, "There's a window there. We could probably get into it."
Oh, yeah.
How big is it?
The window used to be probably about 10 feet high. Now it's about 4 feet high and
Wow.
It's like, yeah.
and kind of melty. And it's about 10 feet off the ground.
Wow. Has anyone got a hook and rope? I've got rope in my pack.
I mean,
I
we all
can
have rope.
climb.
Perhaps we send the cat then.
Send
Use
the
the
cat.
cat's name and we'll talk.
Sorry, Mitzi.
Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, hold on. Let me
Otherwise,
Get your ass up the wall.
yeah. Polite.
I'm just messing with you, kitty.
Glory's gonna kind of elbow Bren, like, get a load of these two.
Bernie rolls her eyes and shakes her head. She won't be my friend.
I'll still handle Bren's reactions to things. Okay, so
So, short people, am I climbing the wall or no?
yeah.
Yes, please,
So-
if you would, Mitzi.
I could give you the boost if you'd like.
Is someone giving me rope so that I can secure it and they can climb up it? Someone hand me rope.
Hands you rope.
Leech is holding out a rope, but it is dripping.
I do not take Leech's rope. No, thank you.
Brenly has a Dungeoneer's pack, so I know she's got rope.
Glory has handed me rope, so I take the rope and skitter up. I have a climbing speed of 20 feet, so I think I can make
Nice.
it.
Kitty.
And as I'm climbing, if that's what Finn does, my tail just whacks him in the side of the head. Oh, sorry. And I keep climbing.
Okay. You make it into the used to be a window just fine. But as you're looking in, so it's up to you as to how big of a problem this is. There is a greenish puddle that is dripping down, drip, from part of the mason work that has otherwise melted into this area. The puddle is... So the window is narrow. The puddle takes up... It probably runs for about 3 feet. About 6 feet in, the tunnel overall looks like it's about 10 feet.
Is there anything I can secure my rope to?
Yeah, there's a number of like jagged edges and things like that. You've got a python and a hammer, standard adventuring pack material. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna secure the rope, and then lean out and be like, "There's a very suspicious puddle. I'm gonna go check things out," and just kind of creep into the room, avoiding the puddle.
Just stage whispering, "Be quiet about it."
So this is what I was saying. The puddle cannot actually be avoided.
Just out of the window, just like that.
The puddle is, so you are climbing through essentially a tube, and it's a 10-foot long tube. 3 of the final 4 feet of which are coated in a thin coating of this green liquid that is dripping from above.
Can I use prestidigitation to clean it up?
You can give it a shot.
Okay, I cast
The thing.
prestidigitation. Yeah, the thing. And try and clean it up.
Okay. I need you to make a dexterity save. With advantage because you have a climb speed and you're still towards the beginning of the tunnel.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Again, thank you for advantage. So, you attempt to cast a spell at it, and then realize all too late that whatever this stuff is magically reactive, as it immediately catches fire the moment it is targeted with arcane energies, and the entire tube fills up with a brief but fairly intense explosion. You are
Okay,
able,
can I jump out?
and that's what the dex save was for. So you are able to scuttle your ass out of there as a plume of green fire shoots out of the tunnel.
Just like hanging onto the wall below the window, like,
Yes.
yeah, that didn't work.
It appears it's not done burning yet.
Yeah.
This is going very well.
Perhaps our keep has a bit of gas.
Or maybe there were some flammable liquids present.
Ah, the demon fire.
Yeah. No. Let's go with that.
Did you tell us there was a puddle there?
I did say there's a
He just
puddle.
did, yeah.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
And I take out the flask of alchemist fire. Was it this color?
Was it that color?
No. Alchemist fire is sort of pink.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
No, it was green.
Oh,
Perhaps it was that bale fire you spoke of earlier.
Well, it was also a... Never mind. Shall we look for another way in?
I think we should, yes.
And avoid green liquid.
Let's keep working around the outside of the keep.
Okay.
Are you able to retrieve the rope, Mitzi?
All except for the last 3 feet.
Well, did it just fall down?
Yes.
make a note that I have 47 feet of hempen rope.
Yes. He's down there stepping the end out, trying to get it to go out.
Okay, so you guys make your way around the keep. Unfortunately, you don't actually find any other potential ways in.
Other than the front door and the...
Yeah, everything else looks like it's been melted beyond your ability to get around it. There's a couple of spots that, like, people point out. Metzi hops up, takes a look, realizes that most of them end in, like, jagged drop-offs or, like, weird concatenations of, like, a room that's melted into another room that's created just, like, a fucking impossible path.
Looks like it's the front door or nothing, friends.
Front door it is.
I'm glad that we checked, so never know.
Okay. So you guys head around to the front, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, can we see Brick as we're approaching the front gate?
Yeah. Brick is standing there next to the cart with a wicker basket on his head and his 2 shields at the ready. The wicker basket has 2 holes cut into it.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I'll just wave him down.
He waves his shield at you.
Come back.
He hustles over. Yes?
Note to self.
I saw him at friend.
We'll get you a metal one.
Let us enter.
What's that?
Okay.
What are those things?
Ignore the parts that say, or that look like water. They are not water. The water is a lie. Okay, I need to put you guys onto the world.
Oh, hey, does that fountain have a Triskelion in it?
Is that a night elf?
Glory.
Oh, no, wait, they're mermaids. Never mind, that's
Metzi.
interesting.
Oh no, that's a succubus. Okay.
Friendly.
Oh, yay, that sounds like fun.
The icons are not necessarily exactly what they seem to be.
I just like looking at the artwork.
Fair.
Oh, this looks like an upshot of someone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, huh.
Like, whose crotch am I looking at?
I'll have my bow drawn.
I think it's like a dinosaur.
So you guys are actually. I'm gonna move you all back
Yeah,
a bit.
no, I'm behind Brick. I can go with this. I'm good with this.
Okay, so this is where I've got you guys placed right now. You can, of course, change your spots as you prefer, but this is roughly how you guys typically tend to operate. Ordinarily, yeah, like Brick and Leech would be flip-flopped, but Leech is feeling a need to be close to the Holy right now.
And I feel the need to be behind something.
Yeah.
That works out well.
Okay, so I want everyone to roll initiative, please.
Okay. That's fast.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, Metzi, Glory, Finn. So if you select Brenly's token, you should be able to roll initiative for Brenly.
Oh shoot, I rolled her. I didn't select her token first. Damn it.
That's okay.
So many little buttons to click.
We're learning.
It is better,
fun.
see?
Oh, I know stuff. I'm just forgetting.
I don't know. Wait.
Okay. Alrighty, hang on one sec, because now I need to add
Here we go.
4 other things, and I'm going to go ahead and
Shit!
add them now. Boink.
That last one was me. The 15.
Oh.
I clicked my token so it populated.
Yep.
And the 16 is Bren.
Sorry, I read that as thick.
Not entirely off base.
Thick.
And then the last guy's name is what again? That's right.
Whoa. What's happening?
I think we're on that level yet.
Tapping. Damn. Oh, good. We have no men. We're good. We're fine.
Maybe a good mid-boss thing.
No men here. We're safe.
All right. So we can largely ignore the turn orders at the moment. However, what do you guys want to do?
I'd like to advance into the
Okay.
structure.
As you guys, so feel free to move your pawns where you would like them to end up. There are people inside. You see them. You see those 4 people. They are wearing black head-to-toe robes, tied at the waist with a simple rope. Their hoods are down, or up. Rather, their hoods are up, covering their faces. And it looks like they may also be wearing some kind of like face coverings to complete the look, but they are waiting. And so one of them, who is much smaller than the other three, is sitting on a bench. One who is larger than the others is standing next to the fountain. One who is about Wiley's size is standing just off to the side of the bench. And then one who is about Glory's size is the one who's off up on a ledge on a wall.
Okay. I'm gonna advance
They see us, we see them, that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
right there.
Okay. Brick will follow.
Mm-hmm.
And Leech will actually stay a little bit back. Okay, so this one. And I'm going to zoom in for the folks at home. Let's see, is that just to give people an idea of what they're looking at. So this guy will speak first. Come closer, friends. Be recognized.
We're not in combat yet, are we?
No.
And the puddles aren't actually there.
No, the puddles are not actually there. That's just what the tile set looked like. And I
Are
didn't
these
have time
5 or 10 foot grid, Zed?
5. They're almost always 5.
Okay, thank you. Why is he measuring me?
That's me.
Okay.
I will. Okay, you'll step right there. Heal up Finn. And Bren.
Oh, everyone is healed. The only reason why people don't look it is because Bren wasn't here to alter her sheet, and Finn just keeps forgetting, I think.
I'm at 22.
I don't think that's your full health. Your little health bar.
Oh shit, 30.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Brick will move up there. And Leech is kind of off to the side.
In Infernal, I'm just going to say to them, is this your place? It's nice. Little burning.
In Infernal, the one who is on the back wall will reply, yes, we like to make things a little bit more homey. And the one who is on the back wall will remove the hood and face mask to reveal the face of a tiefling. Dark purple skin, dark red, like fire red hair.
At this, Brenly will be curious, of course,
They
as
are.
she is tiefling, right?
Not Brenly.
No. Brenly's human.
Brenless
Who's the-
human.
I thought we had a tiefling.
Yeah, Glory.
Glorious, my bad. Sorry.
Brenly's the blonde girl on the monster. She's a normal.
She
So,
has purple hair because she drank the
And-
funny one.
yes.
Well, it's been edging out purple, hasn't it? Because
I've-
Balloon came down. So
Oh, that's right, yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got like purple tips.
Yeah,
She's like
yeah,
an edgy-
yeah.
She's an
Yeah,
edgy
she's got natural roots, and her manic
Like an
panic
teenager.
from like the party 4 weeks ago is starting to.
Oh, and she's a redhead, so it's like red, purple. Oh,
I mean, she makes it work.
Wow.
Again,
Whatever.
it's all in her helmet.
oh yeah.
If you don't like it, she'll stab you. Whatever.
So, the other three will remove their hoods and robes as well. So what you are looking at is frankly, an oversized half orc or a slightly undersized orc. You're not entirely sure which. You also see, and that is the biggin here. Here is. I'm actually going to need a nature check from you guys. No. You've encountered kobolds. Is a kobold, but who is wearing what look like monk's vestments. He's got bracelets and anklets that seem sort of ritualistic, and I forgot the name for the type of clothing, but it's like a simple one-piece robe that cuts off about mid-thigh, similar to a gi, but not actually gi, and then harem pants. He is barefoot.
Is this fountain the same as what we saw in the village?
It is remarkably similar, isn't it?
It's got mermaids in it.
And then over here is a wood elf, you think, but his skin seems to be coated in some kind of very dark ash.
I speak to him in Elven. Who are you, friend?
Why is everyone so friendly?
I'm Kaelrath, hunter of men.
Kilrath, hunter of men, I see.
Kale.
Well,
We can see spelling right there in the turn order.
Yes, you can.
like the vegetable!
And I see you, sun dweller. By the way, give me a... Oh, I'm trying to think how to... I think you would just know this. I don't think you need to roll for it. He's speaking in Elven, but there's like a weird lilt to his dialect that definitely is not common to Wood Elves. You can't quite put your finger on it. If you do want to make like a knowledge history check, I'll give you advantage on it to see if you can figure out exactly what it is.
Okay.
I'm guessing I wouldn't know this just because I speak Elvish. I'm like, the touristy version of Elvish.
Well, you are a Tabaxi, though. I don't know what your... I'll give you... You can make the check without advantage.
Okay.
Shakes, you just... Yeah, Metzi just isn't sure.
I learned Elvish from books. I'm not,
Hello, Lydia!
I mispronounce things a lot. It probably amuses Finn a lot.
Finn, you get that this is... it sounds like he's putting on, like, an affected accent, like, not a natural accent, but, like, kind of faking an underdark accent.
Gotcha.
Like a drow accent.
A drow.
Yeah.
So what brings you here, elf?
I think my name makes that fairly clear.
And then what men are you hunting?
Well, you have one with you. That'll do for me. And
No men here.
the one in the center, the orc, will say, Kale, stay. We don't
Just
yet
stepping
know
between
their purpose.
And Bren.
That's a woman. Can you not see?
So in common, then, what brings you all here to this land, to this keep in particular?
Thok will answer.
Fuck.
Yes,
Thok.
The one in the center.
Fuck you.
I had not named him yet, and I apologize for that, but that is his name. And he will say...
Fuck.
He will say, I am Thok, captain of the Kandorian Wolf Pack.
Isn't that Kandorian? Isn't that the other...
Mm-hmm.
Why, yes, it is.
The Wraiths people?
No.
Not the Wraiths people. The Wraith does not like
it's
Kandor.
the other empire. It's the other empire.
The other empire on our thing. World.
Yep.
I see.
Wait, I thought the Wraith didn't like our empire.
He doesn't like either of them.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I believe we are in a competition with the Kandorians to find out what is going on. And they got here first. Who sent you? And what is your business here? Because they're out of their territory, right? They're in our...
They are technically out of their territory, although if you I mean, obviously you don't have the capacity to do so, but if you were to ask anyone from Kandor in a position to have an opinion on it, they would all agree that this place is theirs, not yours.
Oh no, it's like that island between like Denmark
Jingo?
and
Yes, a
Canada.
little bit.
Yeah. Oh my god, no.
A little bit contested, eh?
Except more
Our little-
violently than just exchanging alcohol.
Yeah.
Our little valley is within our empire, right?
Yeah, by the way, real fast, I believe that you were talking about Newfoundland, but I decided to go for the Pratchett instead.
Yeah. There's an island which is disputed, and when the people from Denmark visit it, they leave a bottle of peach schnapps. And when the people from Canada visit it, they leave a bottle of like maple whiskey and a little thing that says "Welcome to Canada," which is just not fair. But yeah, that's the reference I was going for. Jingo is better, if I'm honest.
Okay, so Thok will respond. We are here, obviously, as emissaries of our empire, to round up any loose strings on our empire's land. You look awfully thread-like. Why are you here, friend?
We are exploring. We've come to the Cape to see what this is all about here. Learn more of the region.
So, simple expedition, or is there more to it than mere fact-finding?
I think simple expedition would be a good explanation, friend.
When you say that, Thought kind of like looks behind him for a moment. He briefly makes eye contact with the tiefling and then looks back at you. And I want insight checks from you guys.
Is Thok the orky half-orc guy?
Yes. And then from Metzi only, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
Shazam.
What Moogs and what Glory and Metzi both figure out is that he is communicating with the other members of his group telepathically somehow.
Well, that's rude.
And at that moment, he looked back and then looks back at you guys. The insight check, Glory, is so that you can see he realizes rather quickly that he actually wasn't supposed to turn his head. But did. And so he kind of like does this and then tries to just very quickly come back and sort of cover it. Hello, Otter Explosion. It is a TH rain. Thok. Thok.
But it's basically fuck. That's what we're thinking. That's every time you say it, our brains go, oh,
And
fuck.
It's the audio codec and just
yeah,
things. Yeah.
for what it's worth, that's fine. He actually would not be upset by that necessarily.
Bless his heart.
So, Shakes, what you figure out is that, they're definitely using a telepathy spell of some kind. Perhaps they have some kind of like permanent effect going on, or you're not entirely certain exactly how they're doing it, because there's just so many possibilities. But they're definitely communicating with each other. And now every time, like, you know, the kobold makes eye contact briefly with the elf or something like that, you can tell that what is actually happening is they are conversing while you guys are talking to the orc.
Very rude.
So how long will you be staying here?
Well, seeing as how this is our land, we'll be staying here as long as we feel like. What's it to you?
When you say this, do you mean this castle?
Among other things, yes.
Can you be more specific?
I mean the entire bowl or basin formation that we happen to be in, including that little ratfuck village of yours.
And by whose banner do you make the claim that this is your land?
By the banner of Candor. How many times do I need to repeat that?
We've
By
been
whose
given
authority,
different
I believe, I
information.
ask.
By the Candorian Empire. The Emperor of Candor. We work for Candor. For the
Is
Emperor.
that the one we're having trouble recognizing? And I kind of turn around. I believe it is.
Yeah, I've heard the name, I think. Once, maybe.
So, I'll give you this option now. We were on our way towards your village to speak with those in charge. We assume that you are appropriately negotiating members of the ruling class there. So,
Close
we'll
enough.
offer you this message. Leave. Salt the ground behind you. Don't come back. Don't do these things. We will murder all of you.
By leave, exactly, friend. Where do you mean? Leave this grounds?
Leave the entire basin.
And what sort of timeline do you propose that we should manage to move all of these people?
We're not unreasonable. We'll give you 2 weeks. That should be more than enough time to gather up what meager possessions your villagers might have and to burn whatever constructs you have placed on our land.
Never mind possession. But what is this land to you? What significance does it hold?
For a brief moment, the tiefling, elf, and orc look at the kobold and then all look back at you.
Really very rude.
I think it's a really neat today.
How many days are we out from the village, just as a...
7. Ish. We're a week out.
This
Yeah.
land is our land and not your land.
From California to the New York Times.
That's why he
Sorry,
headed
you
off.
couldn't-
He headed off the reference.
Yeah. 2 weeks is barely enough time to make a beginning. It'll take us 1 week just to get back to the village.
He looks back at the tiefling and looks back at you. Fine. 2.5 weeks.
No.
We like it here. How about we stay and you go?
I'll lean over to Glory in whatever...
You're like,
Let's see. You don't speak Gobbo, do you?
I do.
Do you?
Mhm.
So I'll speak in Goblin to Glory. Do you want to do this right here, right now with these? I don't know that we can take them.
We don't know this, so we can't.
You are correct. But I look around at the destruction.
Ignoring that. But
As you guys are talking in Goblin, the tiefling is looking at you, and the other three briefly glance at the tiefling before looking back at you.
I'll have your back if you wish to do this here and now, but I don't know if it's the most prudent course of action. I would love to be able to speak with Zeligar. No. What the fuck is his
Elswick?
name?
Elswick?
That guy.
Hell.
I got so many E's, L's, Z's, and things going in my games, I'm really confused.
Yeah, doesn't it make you just wish that sometimes you could just call somebody Sam or Joe?
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Dave.
no, instead we call them Thok.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We
Fuck you.
You have not yet
He
found the village full of reasonably named folk.
He
If-
could have been a Kevin. You picked fuck. He could have been a Kevin.
Hi, I am Doug the orc.
Hey, that's perfectly valid. Doug is just an older name, okay? Doug comes from
So,
Douglas.
Laura-
I just wonder what Ellswick would have to say,
He's not here.
Which one?
Besides, which Elswick?
which is my point.
Anyway, I'll take another step forward and I'll say, Thok. Was it Thok? What is it?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm being rude. My name is Glory. It's very nice to meet you. But you didn't answer my question.
which was...
Why is the land important to you?
He pauses for a moment, shakes his head briefly, pauses a little longer. The land is important to us because we have been told it is important. That is all we need.
That's all we got. Snap.
To be fair, that's all we have too.
Yeah, but we have people.
So, what do you say to our offer?
We're not moving. We have people here that they're rooted. They're not moving now. And more on the way.
I see. That's unfortunate. Well, we can do this a couple of different ways. We can have a gang-style street fight. We can have a champions battle. Or we can simply let you run away with your tails tucked between your legs, waiting for the inevitable storm that will
Hey,
come
some of
for
them
you.
don't have tails. It's harsh but true.
And I'll go ahead and wag my tail a little bit.
I've given you an offer. Do you have a response?
Not
Look
all.
at Glory. And Goblin again. What say you?
Speaking of thought, you cleared out all the goblins and the orcs out of this tower. For that, we really appreciate it. They've been giving us a lot of trouble.
They really appreciate it. I don't care.
I know. But this is our land now. Is it an accent? No.
I like that when speaking about your land, suddenly you go a little Braveheart on it.
This is my land now.
Yeah, she kind of thought out like,
Can't take away our freedom.
You can take our lives, but you cannot take our freedom.
that was fun. We are not going anywhere.
Dumb heroes. Fine.
No.
We'll do it this way. And he pulls a fucking absurdly large two-handed sword off of his back. Say again?
Yeah. If I have to do it, you have to do it.
Look at Glory and shake my head.
He bends over for a moment. He goes,
I'm gonna get hit with that.
Are we in initiative now?
Yes, so we are now in initiative. The initiatives matter. They've already been rolled. That's why we do these things ahead of time.
Lori is not a negotiator, so
Clearly.
I don't know that your group really has a negotiator.
We don't have one.
Technically, just based
The
on
closest
stats alone,
we have
it
is-
should
Lori
be
should be.
Metzi. Oh,
We need that fifth party member in kind of a bad way.
well,
I have a 16
Betsy
charisma.
is
You have a
charismatic,
16 charisma?
We don't care.
I think that technically, I think Metzi beats Glory's charisma score, but Metzi is a damaged person and does
I
not.
have 16 charisma.
Oh well, okay, all right.
He's really fucked up. He doesn't want to use it. He's hiding. He's behind Brick.
Yeah.
So,
Really fucked up. He was charismatic at one point.
uh,
Now he's just intimidating.
Thok will pull his sword and he will. Let me see. Actually, he does not get a move actually just yet. Loki.
Right?
Yes.
Is Loki the kobold?
Yep. The worst joke I could make for him.
And then Vengeance is the tiefling.
Yes.
Okay.
So low key will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to here. And will simply stand with his arms like this and just wait.
Monks.
Vengeance will open her wings and will fly about 30 feet in the air and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over to there.
I start just looking at the back of Glory's chainmail, like really speculatively, like. Alright.
And it is Brenly's turn.
Brenly will stand her ground. Let's see. Let me get her character sheet in front of me here.
Yep.
Can hammers be thrown? Hammers can be thrown, can't they?
If they are throwing hammers, I think she has a few.
No, she has hand axes. I suppose I could throw one of those, but I don't know
Hello,
that the range
Hobo.
is sufficient.
Hi, Hobo. I just like saying Hobo.
Hobo
Hobo
friend.
is a fun word. Hobo, Hobo, Hobo. Hobo.
Brenly's going to stand her ground.
Okay. It is Thok's move. Thok moves 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here. Gets right in Glory's face and says, "Me versus you and your team. I'll give you the first hit." Stands back and holds his sword at his side.
Prick.
Oh, glory, glory, glory. I do not like this.
That is Thok's move. Finn, it is your turn. Yes, Thok.
Fuck.
Well, Hobo, that's just to give them a moment to think about what they're going to do in this fairly tense situation. Hobo, that is exactly what we're here for. And if you have not yet joined our Discord, there are all sorts of little links that should be coming up on a fairly regular basis, although I'm not sure. Yes, so hang on one sec, and I will copy and paste the Discord. Copy and paste. And thank you, Otter. So that Discord is for the Welcome to the Party Discord channel, and that is how you catch us up on, or join our group and see what we're all about. It's not just us. There's a whole bunch of games on this channel. This particular game is designed for... Thank you, Rain. This particular game is designed for newbies. All of our players are either new to the game, if I'm pointing correctly. I don't think I am, actually. Or previously lapsed players, such as Wiley, who played for a while ago and then paused for a long time and is now getting quite strongly back into the swing of things. But there are all sorts of different flavors, and there are so many different people who are interested in helping you out.
Sorry.
I will
We're all
take
staring.
aim.
Like, unfortunately, we can't make like eye contact directly with Metsu. We all have to like look sternly into our cameras.
They said Shrek. What am I gonna do? Come on.
Not.
I'm gonna loose an arrow at Thok.
Okay.
Fuck.
I don't want to shoot Thok. I don't want to shoot Thok. No.
All right. So go ahead and take your shot, buddy.
Well, he sounds confident, doesn't he?
He's a prick. That's what he is. He's a prick cold fuck.
And of course, now we go to shit rolls. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you miss. Maybe it's because you're actually intimidated. Maybe it's because of some kind of arcane magical cloud surrounding him that makes your arrows go astray. Maybe it's just because you just kind of fucking missed, and that happens every once in a while. But for whatever reason, you just don't hit him.
Yep.
And your arrow goes clattering off of the stone on the ground and into the space beyond.
I'm going to move, and as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on Thok.
Okay.
That's 2 slots. Oh, wait, we long rested. That's 1 slot.
Hunter's
Okay.
Mark, like yesterday.
Okay, so you're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Leech casts Bless on Glory, Metzi, and Finn. So I will put little markers on you to indicate that you are blessed. So remember then that because you are blessed, you get to roll an extra D6, I believe. No, an extra D4 on a variety of rolls, including attack rolls, I believe. But I'm just going to type it in. Oh, did you put it in? Yes,
Moose put
thank
it
you.
in the chat.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Something tells me we're going to need that.
Spellcasters are pretty great, Hobo. So yeah, we're unfortunately so during this game session we won't have a whole ton of question and answer time, but hit us up on the Discord, and I promise you that we will. You will receive answers until you know
Cry.
everything. I guess actually, I was gonna say like you'll receive so many answers it hurts, but that's completely uninviting, and also not at all what I mean. So
Also, spellcasters are the best.
I'm kind of a spellcaster.
Yeah, you are. You are. You're fine. You're a spellcaster like Galahad was a spellcaster. Oh yeah, go back and read that shit.
No. Pretty much every one of the Arthurian knights had fucking spells. Like, Arthur had, like, fucking ridiculously magic weapons. Like, he had the fucking sword, the spear, which was called Rod, which is strange because it's a Welsh name.
Gawain had that cool scarf.
Like, I'm pretty sure at one point Arthur makes it rain.
Now I just want to play that
You're
game
Welsh, you
with
can
those
do
characters.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Jake. All right, so moving forward, that is Leech's turn. Leech also actually will move 1, 2, 3, 4 behind Metzi.
What? What? Oh, don't touch me.
Kale will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will then stand with his bow knocked and pointed at the ground, and is making just death stare eye contact with Finn.
I'll stare back.
Okay. Brick's turn. Brick will look at Glory. And you can see his eyes are...
I mean, well, we kind of shot first, so we broke the rules of engagement. Even though we missed, we shot first.
So
Queensberry rules.
Brick is looking for instruction.
Rules of engagement. Enlighten me.
Not attack unless attacked first, but that's okay.
I was invited to attack, and you provoked him, so we're in.
I haven't attacked anyone yet. I am hiding behind.
That's because it wasn't your initiative. So Brick is looking to Glory for instructions.
We'll cover the Finn.
Okay. Glumph. Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, this is scary. I don't like it.
I asked you.
That is
Cowering.
Brick's move. Metzi, what you doing?
Lament the loss of my shield wall.
Bren has a shield, so you can hide behind her.
I am like 6'7". You are like this big.
Yeah, you're a full hit.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at Leech, who is hiding behind me. Look at Brick, who has moved off. And I am going to move up to Glory's side and literally just look at Glory like, okay. I have my Macahuitl in my hand, which has just been summoned, and I'm waiting to see what they do.
In response to you summoning your Macahuitl, Vengeance in the back and in the air summons a scythe.
Farming implements. Trendy.
Yep. It is.
God, they look cool.
It is about 6 feet long with a roughly 3 foot long curved blade. The entire thing is obsidian.
Oh, goody!
So Metzi, that's your go.
Yeah, that's my turn. Fun anecdote. Sides are a bitch to fight with.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they are hell.
Glory.
Okay.
Moment of truth. What do you do?
Glory will first mash her maul against the ground, and then the hedge will ignite, and she's going to cast Searing Smite on that thing.
Okay.
That's a lot of stuff.
Oh.
Which it doesn't. It is not used until you hit or get rid of it, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she kind of smiles as if, shit, Thok.
Yep.
And she's like, well, you to me then. And she's going to take a nice big old swing at him.
Okay. Roll your attack. Okay, so ordinarily, you get the sensation that this would probably not hit. Hobo,
Bless.
Leech, and
Bless.
Brick are both NPCs who are controlled by me. NPC stands for non-player character. They're additional party members who are not controlled by players. So, Glory, you swing, and Thok actually leans his head into the path of your hammer. Roll your damage.
Oh my god, this is, I'm getting Galahad and the Green Knight shit all over this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this doesn't end well.
Wait. Did that actually roll? Did. Wow.
Okay, so you do 18 damage?
That was the most damage I could possibly do on a swing with
Yeah,
that.
that's actually really good. Let me just double check something. Yeah. Okay. He takes it, and you definitely connected, and it definitely hurt him some, but not a lot. So he takes it, and he stands back up, and you can see there's like a slight scratch in his helmet where you hit him, and a little bit of like the smoldering flame is kind of like searing off like dust and crap that's on him. And it's not his turn, so he can't speak. Loki will continue standing where he is. He passes his turn. Vengeance will fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pass her turn.
Me.
It is
do I get the
Brenly's
picture?
turn. What will Brenly do?
Brenly will step up. And let's see. I think she's going to see in Glory. She's going to want to be right there with Glory. And I think, no. I think her natural reaction is going to be to use the two-handed warhammer. That's her baddie.
Okay.
So she's going to take a swipe at this guy.
Okay. Okay. You miss. He does not feel a need to stand in the way this time. He will actually sort of gently parry it away with his two-handed sword in one hand. Just move.
We should go.
It is Thok's turn, and he looks at Glory and he says, "It is my turn. Are you ready?" And he will attempt to hit you. Hang on one moment. I need to double check again because I don't have the stuff loaded in properly. Okay. So, funny enough, this actually probably isn't going to be as bad as you might think it is. Does a 21 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. So he does hit you.
Why didn't I make a negotiator?
Take 13 damage.
Ow.
As he just swipes right into you, cutting through a fair swath of your chainmail.
I will point at him and say,
Hellish Rebuke?
Yep.
Okay. How does that work? Reaction.
Can I have a thing I can do right there with protection style fighting. I can impose disadvantage on his attack roll.
Okay, ordinarily I would allow you to, because you're playing a character who is not your character, I would allow you to go, oh, wait. But this is so perfect narratively, I'm going to say, no, it goes the way it goes. But in future, yeah, that's fine. So, Hellish Rebuke, you point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage. I don't think he actually will make the dex throw. Yeah, almost certainly not.
Hey!
So
Precognition, man. Nice.
So he definitely didn't make the dex throw. So he takes 13 fire damage. So he is briefly covered in flame. And what happens is the flames lick up around him. And he goes, "Ah! Oh, it burns! The fire, it burns!"
Yes, let's burn the demon.
And as the fire wears away, he looks at you and he says, "What do you think she," pointing at Vengeance, "does to me every night?"
Oh, that's more information than I wanted about your personal life. That's nasty.
Lori checks out Vengeance.
Vengeance is hot, for what it's worth. On our
Cat.
on our Hemsworth Evans Pine Pratt scale, she's let me double check. She might be at a Hemsworth.
So she's like Beyonce. Like,
okay, now you're throwing all sorts of wrenches into the work.
Now you're making it
by adding.
Yeah. Adding, it's a different scale. I mean, okay, wait, no, Chris Evans and Hemsworth do have boobs, but Pine and Pratt don't really.
Boobs. I want to be wide. Like...
No. Chris Evans has boobs. Come on, those
he
things
does.
look gorgeous.
She is okay. So strictly speaking, between Evans and Hemsworth, because remember Hemsworth is 20 and Evans is an 18.
That scale is different because Chris Pine is so much better. Anyway. I still don't want to know about that.
It was my check, and
Yeah.
so yes, okay.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Otter, go Northeast Ohio. Sorry.
He says it, I was like,
I'm looking around for my Cleveland Monsters gear, but I don't have any within easy reach.
Marker. Did I do that right? I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. America.
It
Okay.
just becomes vowel noise. It's just.
So yes. So that is Thok's move. It is Finn's turn.
Okay, I'm just 10 feet away from this elf,
Yep.
so I'm going to rush in and quarterstaff him.
Interesting. Okay.
What a blow.
Is that going to provoke an attack of opportunity?
No, it does not. It absolutely does not.
Only if moved out of his threat range.
I just got in it.
I think you hit him. Let me double check. Unfortunately, I'm running low on screen real estate, so I keep having to pick it up and put it down. Yes, you do hit him.
Oh, and that's a +4 on the attack roll, but I'm in, so
Okay.
5 bludgeoning, just
And you hit him for 5. He is
crack him.
definitely not as beefy as the other guy, but that still doesn't look like it really hurt him too bad.
Yeah.
So, Hobo, to answer your question, because I think you missed this part, Thok had offered them all of them versus him combat. Grabbing people is fairly difficult. Yeah, grapple checks require contested strength rolls. Something this
Some
guy
of us are weak.
something this guy would probably win.
Yeah.
I'm like uncooked spaghetti.
Okay. So, and Otter, that is super cool. All right, sorry, I'm having focus troubles today. So Finn, you whacked the guy. He definitely noticed. And as you hit him, by the way, the other two, so not Thok, but Loki and Vengeance, both turn and look at you. It is Leech's turn. Leech has no real idea what to... no, actually, no, that's not true. Leech will run up behind Glory, and he will heal you. And he will heal you for... 2, D, 8, 4... heal you for 12.
Hey. Ooh, thank you.
Okay, so that is Leech's go. Kael'Rath, Hunter of Men, will look at Finn. Is this what you want?
I presume that is what you are here for.
We offered you 6-on-1. If you would like to make it even, we will all enter the fray. Last chance, as he raises his bow,
I'll step back.
Point blank at your nose.
I'll step back. I can't step back. It's not my turn. I'll lower my staff.
For narrative purposes, I'll allow you to step back if you like.
Just a foot to show him that I'll step back.
Yeah. And Kael'Rath will then pass the rest of his turn. However, you guys, as players, note that he probably has a readied action. It is Brick's turn. Brick
we're way over our heads here.
Brick will move forward, pick up Finn, and move Finn behind him.
Oh.
He encircles you with his shieldentine arms and moves you. He's, sorry.
No complaints. Thank you, Brick.
Should we go now?
I tried to in the first place.
Okay.
Let us watch what transpires.
Metzi.
Yeah. I am... okay. I am gonna look at Thok and kind of feel, okay, my turn now? Can respond. Okay. And I am going to... hold on. I am going to cast Hexblade's Curse on him. Let's just throw that up there. And then I'm going to hit him with my Mecha Wheaton.
Okay. Give me a roll. Rolling a 1 is not the way to do it.
Can I use one of my lucky points. Roll that again.
Yes, you absolutely can.
That's what luck is for.
Right. Right.
God, I love that feat so much.
Okay. I guess.
Here's you do still have a standing.
Oh wait, I'm blessed. Can I
You
roll
are
a
blessed. Yes, you may
Is it
roll your
gonna
d4.
matter?
It is not
Okay.
going to matter.
D4? Okay, no.
Not from a 12.
Yeah, he's like 19, isn't he?
Oh, no, never mind. And my
He is more than 16.
it still won't matter, but just to clarify, my +1 from George is my spell attack and damage, isn't it?
Yes.
Good old
Okay.
George.
No. It factors into your Macaqueedle.
Okay, well, even if I got a 4, it would still.
A 17 is also not high enough to hit.
Yeah, so I'm just checking, but let's just leave that one.
Think about it this way: if you couldn't hit Glory with it, you probably can't hit this guy with it.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I swing and a miss for the Tabaxi.
It's a good swing. It does get in his general range. He sidesteps it. Is how you missed.
Oh! Whoa! No, hold on.
What?
I just realized I pressed the wrong button.
What button did you press?
That was my Eldritch Blast.
It is Eldritch Blast.
Press the
But
wrong
isn't
one.
your Eldritch Blast attack basically the same?
No,
Okay.
my Macaqueedle is different. Actually, my Macaqueedle is worse, so we might as well just leave this on.
Oh. No.
Okay.
For the sake of not holding people up, we'll just say that I used Eldritch Blast instead.
You used your Macaqueedle.
It's fine.
It really doesn't matter. In this particular case, like just it only doesn't matter because the dice are already rolled and we've already figured
Yeah.
out the outcome. I'm fine
Yep.
with it.
Okay.
So Glory, it is back around to you.
I
Starts
try.
to wind up. So we just take you down and we can all go? Or you will leave?
You can leave now. If you want
Uh-oh.
us to leave, yes, you must win.
Good to know. And just another straight attack with the maul and Searing Strike.
Okay. He will. Roll your attack.
That was a 12. I'm also going to channel my divinity and use a guided strike, which is that. So that is a 22 to hit.
That hits. Okay. He takes it, and between the 3 hits, he definitely looks like he's feeling it now.
Am I allowed to use a channel divinity and a other, like a divine smite in the same swing? It doesn't say I can't, but I'm asking you.
I'm going to say yes for now, and if I read something later that says no, then we'll know that for the future.
Those watching at home, this is what, where is it? There you are. This is what divine smite is.
You expend 1 spell slot to deal radiant damage. Yes. Okay. So you're adding 14 onto that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Nice.
You think so? I have in the past used the bloodied term, which is a holdover from 4th edition, which basically, if something is at 50% or less, you can be told that it is bloodied, without necessarily being told like how many hit points it has. He's not yet. Loki doesn't do anything. Vengeance doesn't do anything. Brenly.
Brenly's going to take another swing. She's up there. All right. Okay, going to take a swing with the Warhammer.
Okay. Roll. Oh, not blessed. That is a miss.
Wow.
Oh, we did.
Right.
Red is even the one that likes Leech.
I mean, she's crushing it, except for the fact that she's crushing nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
What did you actually roll? You only rolled a 14. That's really good.
I know. I got a 20 and I got nothing.
No,
Got
no,
air.
no. But what I'm saying is the die roll was only a 14, so there's actually
Right.
still a fair amount of space there. I was
I got
worried.
you.
I was worried that was like on an 18 or something, and I was like, "Oh, geez,
Yeah.
is this too tough?" No, 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 no. You can roll a 15 or better. Okay. It is Thok's turn. I need you, Glory, to make a contested strength roll.
Now I'm going to do protection style fighting.
Okay.
Is that a,
If he attacks Glory, I'm going to use protection style fighting.
And that puts him at disadvantage. Yes.
Disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay.
so is that straight strength check or save throw?
So it is a strength check.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh.
Did he just take away my hammer?
Now, hang on. He's got to do this twice. Good golly. He beats you on either. He had to do it twice because of the disadvantage. So what he does... Hang on, because there's also an actual attack roll, which I will also make a disadvantage. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Does a 17 hit you?
17 is.
Okay. Okay, so here's what happens. He sweeps your legs out from under you and punches you on the ground with his gauntleted fist. You will take... plus 1d10. I think that's how that works. Yes, good. You will take 18 points of damage.
Ooh.
So he trips, punches, and you are also prone. Do you yield?
Can't respond yet because I just got the wind kicked out of me or
Yes.
punched out of me.
Finn, what do you do?
I roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thok, we yield. We will go. I look down at Glory. We need to go.
Okay. Finn, what do you... Okay, so you walk over and you say we yield. All right. Leech will surreptitiously reach out and try to heal Glory. As he does so he attempts to heal, you can see the magic fizzle out of his hands as he does that. Anyone can make an Arcana check to try to figure out what just happened.
Okay.
Probably not me because I'm. I was sitting there like Glory was not going to make that check.
I'm distracted.
Very.
Yeah. Barely even noticing Leech's.
Finn, is that Arcana
Betsy
check
is
yours or
really
Brenly's?
distracted.
That is mine.
Okay. Glory, are you can still make this check.
Okay.
Okay.
It's my -1.
Okay. Well, shit. So both Brenly and Finn figured out.
I'm in the middle of a slight panic attack.
Typically, divine spells can't be countered. But this was countered. Like someone used counterspell and countered a divine spell.
Oh shit.
So that is Leech's turn, and as that happens, by the way, Leech like backs away, and like he looks down at his holy symbol on his neck in disbelief. Kale does nothing. Brick walks over to the group and sets his shield arms down in such a way that he is blocking Finn and Metzi, although leaving his back open a bit, but he is blocking you two. He's like throwing up a canopy shade.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Brick.
Metzi, what do you do?
Panic. Is Brick blocking me from Thok?
No.
Or is it's above?
No.
Not
He's more blocking you from the archer and the whatever the tiefling is.
the hot chick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very wings.
Okay.
Yep.
I am going to look at Finn in slight disbelief because look at Glory and kind of be like, do we yield? Give me a sign.
Glory,
Tiny
I'll
person on
since
the
your turn
ground.
is next, you can converse.
Go ahead and use half my movement to get off. Be like,
Yes or no?
fine. Fine.
Okay.
And it slings her maul up on her shoulder.
I just kind of stand there, and my Macafe still goes away. So,
That was a really good punch.
yeah.
I've had a long time to practice. For your bravery or stupidity, either way, it's something that we recognize in you that we like about ourselves. We will meet you halfway. You have 3 months.
Okay. Ellswick is going to be so mad.
Hello, Brendonius. Nice to see you. Yes, hopefully someone can give you a very quick update. Sorry. Tonal,
It's just like,
tonal shift. All right, so what are you doing? I apologize.
She, using the rest of them to stand up, shifts small through their hand. 3 months. And she's going to offer her hand to shake on it.
No.
Thok will reach his large, meaty hand out and shake.
Does it hurt?
No, he's quite gentle.
Hmm.
No. Okay. Just backing out.
Is Thok also kind of hot?
No,
I can't speak as
no, not at all. Thok
Okay.
is ugly as sin. Thok is taser
But-
face.
Probably to another orc. He's probably got some charming qualities.
Thok is ugly for an orc. Thok is...
Oh.
no, actually no. Thok is simply
What
plain
about-
for an orc.
What about from the neck down? Is he alright from the neck down?
Yeah, from the neck down, yeah, fine. Yeah, big, beefy, bulky guy.
Bag
Okay.
on the head.
I can live with that.
Sorted.
No.
Like,
Okay.
just wear your
That's why
helmet.
they invented pillowcases.
In Infernal, I'm going to just look up at Vengeance and say, every night?
Why? Why would you inquire?
You don't speak
Vengeance
Infernal.
looks at you and simply...
Thank you for that information we didn't need. Oh.
Vengeance will come to a landing on top of the fountain. Loki will casually saunter back over to the bench and sit down.
Does he like sit on the bench or does he sit on top of the bench?
He sits just on the bench like a normal human being. Like, well, normal
He's not a human.
kobold being.
Normal humanoidish.
Kale will walk over to the corner and gesture for you to leave.
Oh.
Kind of.
I'll turn and lead us out.
I am backing out.
Okay.
That's me leaving.
You
Linger.
all can take free movement out of combat to move.
Or is kind of like, Thok. Loki, Vengeance.
Kale.
I forgot your name.
Kale Wrath, Hunter of
Kilrath.
Killed Wrath. Okay. And just
Hunter of men and apparently women, because he's blind.
Does he make a face when I intentionally mispronounce his name?
No, he
Okay.
like you can tell that he registered what you said, but he seems to have practiced the art of just being a slab of rock.
I'm gonna do that thing where I turn back really quick. How do you do that thing where you talk to each other without even talking? That's so cool.
Get better
And
at what you
rude.
do.
What I do is run away.
I'm gonna turn the leaf.
Okay. All right.
Ow!
So
Who the fuck punches for 18 damage? That hurt.
technically, it was the leg sweep that did most of the damage, and then the punch capped it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes more sense.
Yeah.
That guy, apparently.
So
Thok is thick. Thick.
here's what I want to express to you. That actually went better than it could have. It could have gone slightly better, but you would have had, like, a bunch of other things would have needed to have happened. But you guys actually handled that really pretty well. Two things happened from here. One, we're going to have to end the stream tonight because I still have work to do for tomorrow, and it is 9 o'clock.
Late.
However, two, you all level.
Hey.
Surviving an encounter still gains you XP, and not every encounter, not every successful encounter necessarily ends with the death of all of your enemies. Okay?
I
Some-
agree.
Some game systems you actually get more experience for failing. I think Fate works like that.
Yeah.
You fail
No,
I'm
it's
gonna,
not
uh,
failing. Oh, hold on. We lived. That's not failing.
Well, I mean, like,
Yeah.
failing the roll.
Once we get away from the keep, I'm going to cure wounds
Yeah.
on Glory.
No, I'll just lay on hands, back myself to fall, so it's okay.
Um,
As we're walking.
I am going to pat Glory on the shoulder. No, I don't even have to. Gently. Oh, come on. Just like.
Leech, by the way, is despondent. He is not speaking to anyone. Brick
shit.
is walking dejectedly. He knows he lost, and he doesn't like that, but he doesn't really fully comprehend, like, the weight of what all just went down. He just knows that, like, you guys aren't happy about the result, and so he's not very happy about the result.
Hey, I'm alive. I am not despondent.
Yeah, fair point, Jake. Okay.
Yeah, that basically, yeah. Betsy is not sad. It's just walking away like, well, shit.
So, conversation will need to happen, but I actually think it's a good thing to give you guys time in between now and when that conversation happens, so you have a week. I recognize that this may have felt super heavy. I want to let you know that it will progress, okay?
That was fun. That was awesome.
Okay, good. All right, good.
Listen,
Good.
I thought so.
I worried
What's
about that. I'll explain my worries in a moment.
Yeah.
I'm pointing, and none of you can tell who I'm pointing to. Shakes, you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, because I'm feeling generous, and Metzi has form with things that don't listen. So Betsy is going to walk up to Leech and not pet him. Can't go that far. I still hate the little fucker. But is going to kind of like nudge his shoulder and kind of be like, as far as he can get.
As you do that, the voice in your head says, "Ooh, that was
No,
new."
no. And no. And to the air, I just go, 3 days. You're a day early. All right. 3 days.
Leech looks at you, and when he looks
you.
up at you, you can see what you could not see before, because his head was down and he's short, which is that he was crying.
Oh god. I
Um,
look at him and I'm just like, Yeah, I know. And I really reluctantly pat him on the head. I know.
He sort of half smiles, and the whole time he's clutching his little holy symbol, and he sort of half smiles at you, and then he nods his head, and then just starts trudging home.
Oh, God. George better be fucking quiet now.
Yeah, what was the deal that you made with him? I forget. Or the amulet? It can come with him.
Oh, his name is George.
George.
And he's not supposed to be talking to me for 3 days. He broke the deal. We're on day 2.
When did you make that deal? Did you make that deal in town or mid-trip?
No, I made that deal mid-trip, and I've been marking off the days. Okay? We're in the middle of day 3, which means I've got like half a day before he's allowed to creep on me.
Okay.
You will have all heard that, by the way, just like Metzi yelling at this guy again.
Okay. So let's go around, do our wrap-up, our highs and lows. And I would like to... I've been starting with Finn all night, so let's keep up the pattern. Finn, let's start with you. Highs and lows?
Glad we didn't die. D&D is fun. I don't like how that all went down. I wanted to get the hell out of there to start with. Felt like we got ourselves in too deep. But hey, we're out of there.
We're alive.
Okay. Were there highs? I heard lows. Were there highs? Oh, you're alive. That's the high?
That was both of them.
Okay.
Yep, we're alive and we didn't die.
All right. That works. Metzi? Shakespeare?
Yeah. My high is again that we didn't die. I think I'm getting the hang of figuring out like what Metzi would do, because Metzi's in a weird position of not giving a shit about the Empire or what we've been sent here to do, but really giving a shit about that little rat fuck town. So as soon as he said little rat fuck town, Metzi was like, oh no. So it's kind of walking that line between, because he is a coward, he doesn't really want to be here or fight, but you insult his friends. And his friends, by the way, meaning the children. He is going to good thing. He does respect the people he's traveling with, so it's a lot of looking to the others, and if they're in something, he's going to get into it, because he would have very much liked to have not got into a fight with these terrifying people who are obviously much better at this. But I think that, finding that point where he is jumping in has been a real high for me, because he's actually starting to not want these people to die. Lows would be possibly that I think because Metzi is so reticent, I feel like I'm kind of wasting his charisma score. We did mention he does have a high charisma score, but he is fucked up. He doesn't really want to be in the forefront, which is why he kind of defaults to glory. Which, I'm sorry about that. He's just kind of gone, well, Bren's terrifying and Finn's irritating. Let's go with you. That's fine.
By default, I love it.
Surface feelings. There are deeper feelings, but the surface feeling was like, yep, we've made this decision. We're gonna run with it. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I'm very, very happy that we're alive. And I think it's interesting to see us navigate something that isn't just go in, hit it till it's dead, celebrate. It's fun to have different encounters, especially from the non-violent one. So yeah, that's all I got. It's late.
Thank you. Glory / Moogs.
I really loved this session, so I'm going to start with what I liked about it. I love encounters that don't always, like they were saying, that aren't always combat, just negotiating. I liked that we tried initially to look for another way into the place, rather than just going through the front door and being like, oh, they can see us, we can see them. Because when I think about it after the fact, they probably saw us maybe riding up, maybe make a lot of noise, heard the gout of fire, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" Did they hear us?
To be honest, they did not know that you were there until the gout of fire.
Hey!
Great, I love it.
I've got to stop using that sobbing cantrip.
For what it's worth,
It was a good try.
a rogue would be really useful. Hint, 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 hint to someone out in the audience land. So a couple of things, couple of quick business.
Maybe a charming rogue.
My negative was that I'm a really bad negotiator. I'm charismatic, but I'm not smart.
Fair.
I'm just unwilling.
Fair.
That's fair.
Betsy's just like, what? No skills?
Nope.
I don't have any of those. No. Fuck off. No.
So I was deciding whether I was going to like make this some kind of a secret thing or not, but what I've actually just decided to come out with it. So last week we put up an episode where we were looking for one more person to join our group. This week I am here to tell you that we have decided to add that one person who is in the audience right now and whose name is Jag TV. So hello, Jag, and thank you. And it will be awesome to have you join us. Yay.
Bards are also really great in any situation, yes.
I don't like bards, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. I have a weird bias that holds over from editions ago. And so my understanding of bards is that they're terrible. And while people have told me over and over and over that they're amazing, including Throck, I don't fully agree. So that's, but again, I'm willing to be proven wrong. So that's it from the announcement side. From the sausage making side, a little bit of Zedsplanation. Yeah, I know. Not sausage party, sausage making. A peek under the hood, if you will. If that's more.
I've never heard that phrase. Right. What?
Really? You've never? It's
how the sausage is made.
Yeah. The phrase is essentially something like everyone would always prefer to eat the sausage without knowing how it is made, right? Like the idea that like what goes on behind the scenes is terrifying, but what comes out of it is great, right?
Just a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, man. So
much nicer. Theatrical.
I live in Cleveland, man. Sausage is a big deal here.
Fair.
So.
What?
It actually is. Yeah, we've got a very large Polish population, and so all sorts of sausage-related things are a big part of Cleveland's identity.
Same here. Germans.
Yeah. So, from the other side of things, it is. So it was scary for me to put you guys into this situation because, well, one, I don't like super heavy-handed encounters. I've played with DMs who like to make their NPCs or their bad guys be just fucking godly powerful. And, like, you can't really interact with them. There's really not much that you can do. And I was a little worried that this encounter would be trending a little bit more that direction. To give you guys a little bit of an explanation or a little bit more information in an out-of-game sense, you were 3 hit points away from getting that guy down to half health. Now,
those were some really good damage rolls.
They were some really good damage rolls. However, the only person in your party who consistently could hit him was Glory, because Glory has a bunch of things that up the 2-hit modifiers. So had everyone connected, that guy would have been unhappy much sooner. However, I've been reading a lot of like how to construct sweet villains and how to do this thing and that thing, and I don't want to tell you everything that I'm going through, but I've decided to do something with you guys that I've never really gotten to try before, because I've never had a game progress long enough to go. Yeah, so this is learning for everybody, right? I've never had a game progress long enough to move past the villain of the week sort of thing. What you guys are dealing with is a bad guy who you do not currently meet the level of. That was effectively a CR 12 encounter. Yeah, and you are just not there yet.
I don't know what that means.
So CR is challenge rating. It's the rough difficulty level of the encounters that you're dealing with. So
Okay.
the average level of the party is the rough CR I want to be shooting for. So the average level of the party was a 4. That was a 12. That was like well above and beyond where you would
I'm
normally
really
be.
glad we're not
You
dead.
let me attack that?
Now that's
Although
all
I
of them.
really wish-
That's all of them
Yeah.
together. That guy on his own is like a CR 910.
I really wish we'd killed Fuck though.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So you are not there
Sorry,
yet. But
Fuck.
two things. One,
Fuck.
A, you survived, which was not assured when you entered. And
As you reminded us before we entered.
yes.
Yeah.
And B
was-
or two, because I've forgotten which convention I was using, the idea is for you to eventually get to that point. You will see them again in 3 months.
Yay.
So now you have a timeline and stakes. So does that make sense where I'm coming from and what I'm going for?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's what's going on there. One of the other options that was available to me was to try to have a competing party that was at the same level and have them level with you. And I considered that, but I didn't like it as much for reasons that I'm not going to get into right now because this is already too long.
Zeducation.
Yes.
They had some good rolls. They could have potentially wiped us if it was an on-par team.
Right, and so there's that, and there's other
I
things.
was
And
gonna flank him. I only just remembered.
the other thing, I also recognize that you guys would not back down in the face of anything other than sheer, outright, overpowering force.
Exactly.
I back down.
Okay, all right, fine.
Way too stupid to
Um,
recognize unless she's.
I did enjoy watching Finn's hey guys, like he did a very good job
Yeah.
trying to be like the voice of reason and was sadly
Back him with
ignored.
a stick, and he's like, "Really?"
I'm just I'm like the party uncle who's seeing the kids do a bad thing, and it's just like, well, their parents couldn't stop them. I'm just gonna stand here.
Yeah.
Throck says
Maybe
you
we
should
should
just run a
take that
second game,
knife
though.
away.
Throck says what?
You should just run a second game.
Of what?
Oh no, ask him.
I have so many things I could. I don't have the time. I love you all. I don't have the time. So
Let the teacher sleep.
yeah, jeez. I mean, if someone wants to pay me to stop teaching and run games all the time, I would happily do that. But I think everyone would happily do that. Yeah. Anyway, so
That's my hashtag. Just let teacher sleep.
so that's it for me. Highs and lows real fast. My low. I actually don't know that I have one. My low was my trepidation ahead of time because I wasn't certain how that was going to go, and I was concerned that it would seem like it was too much. My high is that you guys actually handled it like fucking champs, and there were some badass things that happened all around. Finn's one-on-one sort of showdown with Kael'Rath, I thought was super fucking cool, and I would love to know what's going on inside of Finn's head, which I'm sure we'll find out later. Certainly the next time they meet. But I was highly interested in how that went down because I feel like nemesis. And then other highs were just like the way you guys handled it, the way you stood up to them, the way you stood up for yourselves, but the way you also went, well, okay, some discretion probably is the better part of valor here, and that's a good idea. So that was cool, and then the touching way that Metzi decided to help out poor Leech at the end, who was dealing with a severe crisis of faith. I thought that was great.
Thanks, Rain.
So you guys are.
Metzi understands talking to shit that don't talk back. Yeah.
It's sad.
So I just want to reiterate again, you guys are awesome. That was some really great shit. So thank you very much, and thank you everyone in the audience. We are going to be rating somebody. Yes, we do run content every day, and we will be doing an upcoming event that if you hop onto our Discord, you can find out more information about, where we will be running games nonstop for 36 hours. And that is for the... Oh, man. Thank you, Trans Lifeline.
Trans Lifeline.
Which is an organization dedicated to helping out people who are trans, who are trying to deal with just some of the very basic stuff that goes into that. The real difficulties, like, say, getting the money to get a birth certificate change, or even figuring out how you even go about that process, which is just a ridiculous thing. I've got a friend who has gone through this, and because they moved, had to go through multiple state boards in order to try to figure out how to get that to happen, dealing with states that don't talk to each other, and where one state's law perhaps says, yes, you can change your birth certificate, the other one perhaps doesn't, and so figuring out which one takes precedence is just a humongous fucking headache. So, you know, all of that. So we're going to be running for a charity event where our goal is to raise $5,000, which is a pretty big goal, a pretty ambitious goal. But with your help and our help and the help of everybody, I think we can make that happen. So
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm super fucking stoked. And by the way, I've told Throck I definitely do plan on running a game. I have not decided what game, but there's a very high probability, if I can make it work, what I'm leaning towards is an all flesh must be eaten zombie grinder, which is a contest. You start with however many people you feel like fitting in, and run until there's only one left. And whoever survives the longest wins.
Last bacon on the plate.
Exactly.
That's dark. I love it.
Yeah, I don't have to be
What
faster.
are the dates of the charity stream?
So the weekend is still being discussed, I believe, although Throck can certainly provide more insight into that than I can.
The sign-up link is in the chat.
Sign-up link is in the chat.
The Google Doc.
So please do click on that and put in your infos if you are interested in taking part in any way. Also hop onto our Discord where more and more information can be found. And yeah, I think that's it for that. So with all of that said, we will be hopping over to view somebody. I'll be honest, Finn, you've been better at calling out groups to send our love to than I have. Where do you think we ought to go?
I think Throck said Scraticus.
Scraticus! Okay, we're going
There
to
you go.
raid Scraticus.
Nice.
So, please stay with us in our stream and follow us along for our raid. And we will see you guys next week from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. We are new to the party. Welcome to the party. We love you.
Bye!
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out.
Oh, whatever, Brendan. That's someone
Not
else.
for me.
Brendan actually knows me in real life. I went to high school with him. It took me a minute to like make the connection in my head, and then I was like, "Oh, that's why he keeps calling me Ben," because like my name is up in the corner, and I thought maybe that's where he got it from, and then I was like, "No, he's only ever known me as Ben." All right, so I think we're good. Hey Finn, now that we're off the stream, are you okay? You seemed a little, I don't know,
Yeah.
tense.
I'm all right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know if I upset you with
Not at
holding
all.
it down. Okay,
No.
cool. I just wanted to make sure. So yeah, that was all right. So thank you very much, guys.
That
I'm
was so
gonna
good.
go. I've got lesson planning for tomorrow, but don't forget, you guys are level 5 now. So I know that actually, huh?
I rolled 8 on my health.
Okay, perfect. Wow, you keep crushing the average. All right, fine.
I'm
so-
too tired to figure shit out with
Yeah,
math
you
now.
don't have to do it right now. You've got a whole week.
When will we see the new guy?
So I haven't decided if he's going to make it into this next game or the one after. My plan is for him to come in on the next shipment of people. So
Before we have to move them out of the town.
Well, again, you have 3 months, and a lot can happen in 3 months.
happen in 3 months.
Yes. Something I want to point out. Right, exactly. More levels. Like, so the thing that I want to point out is that, like, if you were to take a look at the actual total amount of time that you guys have been in this village and the amount of levels that you've gained in the time that you've been there, it is entirely reasonable to believe that you could get up to the appropriate level to face these guys down in the 3 months that you have available to you. Like that's the.
I'm just imagining a training montage.
No. In fact, the very opposite of a training montage. Whereas a training montage takes a bunch of time and collapses it down, you guys are going to be going like nitty gritty, hour by hour, expanding
like
it out.
Everyone just doing curls.
Yeah, every day is going to matter, and it will be
We're gonna
tight.
construct a bicycle for you to run alongside.
Yeah. But I think that it's entirely doable for you guys to make this happen. Yeah.
As long as I still get to punch Hank's father in the face, I'm okay.
Yes.
You'll be fine.
I am going to find these people. It's like, seriously, it gets written at the top of every one of my pages, just like Hank. Check out Hank.
Prepared spells are weird.
All right. Well, good shit. I'm gonna go eat my food that I got hours ago. I'll
I'm
see you
gonna
guys
go
later.
I
try
saw you set aside the bag, like, oh no, he doesn't get to eat.
No, I already knew that was going to happen. It was actually important that we order it though, so that Portia Danielle could eat at a reasonable human being time, because she's like also doing schoolwork. So, yeah.
Let the teachers sleep.
Y'all have a good week.
Yep.
Yep.
You guys too. I will see you all later. Oh, and somebody catch Cubit up when she lives.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye, shiny happy people.
Hmm.